you're buying any cards from TCG Player, please use the link in the description to help support my content. This video is sponsored by BOLTUND Store, TCG Player, Pokemon Card.io, and Card Market. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tailman. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I've been running into this Bolton deck quite a few times and I figured it was about time I played with it. Bolton is an 130 HP single price Pokemon with the attack corner. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. And we have the attack Defiant Spark doing 130 damage. And if this Pokemon has any damage counters on it, this attack can be used for a single lightning energy. So we're going to be utilizing Old Cemetery to hopefully get those damage counters onto the Bolton and allow us to attack for the maximum damage. 1 energy for 130 with a single price attacker is pretty decent. It's not as good as Rapid Strike Malamar, for example, but it's pretty decent. And we do have Yamper with the Bolt Search ability, which makes it very easy to get out your Intillions, get out your Boltons, as when you place Pokemon from your hand onto your bench during your turn, you may put a Pokeball card, a Great Ball card, or one of each from your discard pile into your hand. So we are, of course, playing 4 Great Balls and 4 Pokeballs, which they're not the most reliable card, but as long as you have like extra copies of those, thanks to your ability, along with the level balls and the quick balls, you should be able to get what you need and get your Pokemon out quite quickly. Now we are running the Intillion engine, but no Shadylins until this time around, just quick shooting, so you can get some extra damage counters going, and hopefully that helps Bolton achieve some KOs in the later stages of the game. And you can potentially attack with Intillion as well, though that's not going to be super common. One thing I am worried about this deck and this list in general is the low energy count. Overall, only 6 energies. You don't need to find an energy every turn or on turn 1, but you will probably need to find an energy every turn after turn 1. So with only 6, I don't know how reliable that's going to be, but here we are. And yeah, outside of that, we have Bruno, Marnie, and Research for some supporters and consistency. We have Boss's Orders to target down Pokemon. We could utilize a corner attack as well at some point with Boss's Orders to trap something, give us time to stall through quick shooting, so that is a nice option to have. And we have Scoop Up Net to recycle Intillions or Shady Dealings as needed. Let's jump into the ladder and see what we can do with this deck that we keep facing off of against. Alright, so we win the coin flip, always good, especially if we can get a Yamper down immediately, which we will not be able to, so never mind. So many Yampers and Pokeball stuff, and okay, never mind. There we go, perfect. So we are able to find our Yamper so that we can start applying pressure. We did not prize any Bolton or Yamper, which is great. We did prize a Sobble and an Intillion though. And 1 Speed Energy. Not bad at all though. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the Old Cemetery. The damage could also pile up onto my opponent's Pokemon. I see a problem with what I just did now though. Boss Energy attach means KO on the Yamper, so that would be very sad. Crushing Hammer hopefully means no boss, right? That's what that should mean. And we see the simple Piers. Alright, so at least we get hopefully to attack. With this hand, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and research. I need more Yampers, I need the Bolton, so I just need more stuff, right? So there's the Bolton, and so let me play the Pokeball first. No, okay, so now I'm gonna level ball for a Yamper, and then I will be able to get the Pokeball back. This does mean I am dead drawing, however, so that's not good at all. Hopefully I can average on the Pokeball, and that gets me a Drizzle for next turn. Nope, no average for Pablo, so yeah. No average for Pablo right here. So I do have the next attack ready to go, but I'm also dead drawing. So I guess we're hoping for a Marnie here from my opponent. That's what we are hoping for. Any heads would have really helped, but alas, here we are. So I guess the cool part here, my opponent has to discard an energy in order to attack me, right? So Really rooting for Marnie right here, but if not, then I could end up doing 130. They'll be at 300 damage, and then that could mean if I'm lucky on top deck, oh, never mind. Okay, we do get Marnie. So if they were going to search for that, then it made no sense for them to attach the energy beforehand. Now I didn't take advantage of my own stadium, so now my Yamper, or there's a chance I don't end up getting the stadium right here. The hardest card to miss though will be the energy, however. But this is pretty nice. Like with the Yamper, I get to play the Great Ball, then the Pokeball, and then I get to play them again, which is very nice in terms of like getting Pokemon out of your deck, establishing your setup. So now, having gone up against the deck a few times and now playing against it, I can see the appeal, right? I wish Bolton's damage was higher, but I can see the appeal of this deck for sure. And as I was saying, because my opponent attached the energy before countering the stadium, which was a big mistake, now there is a universe where I can hit for 130, and if they don't have Melanie, they cannot attach energy to the Ice Rider, or if I just establish a Drizzle, I can ping with Quick Shooting Inteleon as well for the knockout. So that could actually lead to a decent price trade here. There's a Max Lance discarding 1 energy. Bruno is a pretty good card to have here for recovery. And like I said, the difficult card here to get could be the energy. Oh, I should have Great Balls first. Well, that's 3 tails on Pokeballs. That is 3 tails on Pokeball, so that's obviously not great. Alright, so I'm gonna play the Yamper and then get back these. Can I flip 1-heads? Or are Pokeballs just dead cards? Nice, dude, nice, very nice. Let's get this Hobble. Unbelievable. And then I'll do this. And then I'm gonna grab Level Ball to grab another Yamper, to grab another Great Ball and Pokeball. Okay, can I flip 1-heads this game? Yes, I can. Nice. How lucky am I? Alright, 4 energy left in the deck. I feel like at this point I'm just gonna get rid of the Great Ball, guarantee myself a Sobble rather than Great Balling for something that I might have wanted to discard or so or sorts. No energy, however. So punished for not attaching. I did not attach the previous turn because of the possibility of Crushing Hammer, so I was actually trying to be careful. But here we are, missing an attack instead. Oh well, that's me. That should not be surprising at all. Alright, there's a Melanie. I mean, in terms of the price trade-off, we're still fine, but if I had been able to attack this turn, we would have been so far ahead. So far ahead. Now the game's actually going to be very tough. Very, very tough, and I will need to establish double Inteleon and just really get a lot of damage going right there on that Calyrex. Even triple Inteleon, perhaps. I can't believe I whiffed, though. I mean, I did whiff Energy and Stadium, so... Oh well. Hopefully I don't whiff here. Getting three supporters, though, instead of 1 energy is a kick in the butt. Okay, so that gets me the Stadium, which is great. And lets me thin a little bit. I could play Bruno, but I feel like I just need to research here. I don't want to shuffle these cards back into the deck. Alright, so I'll do this. And then I'll do this. And then I guess I play Great Ball first. For Drizzle, okay. With the Drizzle, I feel like I should grab Ordinary Rod right here. And put back one of which BOLTUND and Yamper and then the energy. Do both. Alright. Can I flip any more heads this game? It's 1 out of 5 so far, right? 1 out of 5 heads. There's one heads, nice, so I'll guarantee myself the BOLTUND, and then another heads. Okay, so now we are 3 for 5. 3 heads, 5 tails, so almost like getting closer to averaging out, right? Which is what you would expect. I really cannot afford to miss an energy this turn, so I absolutely have to research right here. There's 1 energy, and 1 energy only. So we'll go ahead and quick shooting. We'll be getting 3 prizes. So on paper, oh come on, really I did not get the Yamper, okay. On paper, I should be able to win this game, I believe. Because even if I 3-hit KO that Calyrex, which I'm gonna hope I get 2-hit KO, especially with triple Intil, and I should be able to 2-hit KO. All I need is 3 Boltons, right? In order for them to win, they need to attack 4 more times. In order for me to win, I need to attack 3 more times. So, and if they want to attack this turn, they have to Melanie, so they don't have a way to prevent my triple Intillion, which is fantastic. I have the old cemetery, I have the energy. So what I'm looking for is Yamper and Ordinary Rod. It's very important for me that I get the Ordinary Rod. So even though I whiffed that turn, the price trade-off on paper, as long as I don't whiff, I win this game. But I whiffed earlier, so we'll see. Not gonna assume anything. I imagine that's gonna get Bucket if they don't have energy and the incense, or if not, they're gonna get Stadium and incense in order to not damage themselves, right? I don't think the damage matters from my stadium onto them. It matters in terms of me doing the damage. I don't think double quick shooting is a threat either, because I will have my own quick shootings and then they can never KO a Yamper in 1 turn, so I think we're fine. Even if they establish double quick shooting in Tillian, I am completely okay here. So it comes down to me not whiffing. Benching a Yamper this turn, and then eventually Ordinary Rod for another Yamper the next turn. Alright, they do... Once again, dude, that's twice my opponent attached the energy and then countered the stadium, so they're purposely damaging themselves for some reason. And it did matter with the previous knockout, actually. That time it did matter, so I don't understand, but to each their own. My opponent, I guess, not paying too much attention to their own sequencing. And yeah, they go after a Drizzle, that's fine. Not a big deal. I definitely do not bench that Sobble. Well, depends. If I completely whiff, then I might have to bench the Sobble. Alright. So, okay, we're gonna go Old Cemetery, and then we're gonna go draw 2 cards right here. See, that's proper sequencing. There's a Yamper, that's fantastic news. We'll get these 2 back. Okay, with this now, however, I'm gonna double evolve. I don't have energy either yet, so we're not out of the woods yet. So I'm gonna quick shooting. Yeah, I think I just actually thin as much as I can right here. So let's just go big damage on this person. I will bench this now. I said I wouldn't, but I will. And then I will Bruno, because I would really like to find the Ordinary Rod and hopefully an energy. Alright, there's the energy and there's the Ordinary Rod. That's perfect. So let's go ahead and play it now, doing both, because the energy is still important. I do need 1 of each. And we'll put back the energy. I could end up getting Marnied next turn, but that's fine. Alright, Defiant Spark. So they're at 210. I actually don't even need to attack anymore. With triple quick shooting, 2 more turns, I don't even need to attack anymore to win this game. And now I threaten win next turn, so I caught my opponent's clock by 1 turn. If I get Marnied, I have Drizzle still left in there. I have 1 research as well. I still have my old cemetery, as we can see right there. I have 2 Boltons in the deck, I believe. So I don't think there's any way I lose this match now. Because my opponent cannot attack with anything other than the Calyrex, and if they don't attack with the Calyrex, then they're not getting closer to winning. So should be good here. Should be good. And yeah, the deck, like, it worked pretty well despite flipping 4 tails in a row. We were able to get there. Okay, so now we should be able to win here. I get a top deck, yeah. So I play this, I'll draw 2 more cards, and I will have 8 cards left in the deck, which means I cannot whiff BOLTUND off of this Great Ball. So that's just the game. And there we go. Very nice. Color me impressed. Yeah, color me impressed. Let's jump into the next game, shall we? Alright, so we're going second this time, and that could be problematic for sure. With the fact that we're going second in mind, I do have Bruno. I feel like I'm gonna start the Sobble. Yes, I'm not happy about it, but I'll start the Sobble. Sort of wishing this was the other Sobble now, so I could get more Sobbles out. We'll have to see what we can do with our Pokeballs. And oof, and we're up against Rapid Strike Urshifu, which can target the bench. So I imagine this is going to be a very, very poor matchup, especially because it is the Melanie Urshifu, therefore they can get back-to-back G-Max Rapid Flows. So yeah, this is not looking very good here. I fully do not expect to win this one, but I'll see. My opponent's start is just like, it clearly shows they're not that drawing, so pretty sure we're good. Because if they were, like, they're clearly not that drawing, because otherwise they would have Quick Bolt for the Sobble and kept the level ball for Drizzle, right? So it is very clear right now that they are not that drawing. Okay, Pokeball. Let's get another Sobble. And then Great Ball. Sure, let's grab the Inteleon for thinning purposes, and then let's go ahead and play you, and we'll grab you two again. I probably should be playing the Great Ball first, right? I probably should be playing the Great Ball first before Pokeball. Right, average. And I'll go ahead and play this, and I think I have to Bruno, right? I mean, I could wait a turn, but if my Yamper just goes, you know what? I'll do this then. Well, yeah. Not happy about that, but we'll see. I need my opponent to majorly whiff at some point. Drizzle for Melanie, and then we might be in trouble here. So actually playing that boss might have been a bad idea. Boss onto that Urshifu was probably a bad idea. Okay, so yep. I feel like that incense was a little preemptive. My opponent held the incense and he draws Octillery, then he can incense for that and Octillery for the energy. If he gets the Urshifu, he incenses for Octillery and finds the energy. But because he incenses for Octillery, he has less of a chance of... Well... It's just like, if you Melanie before the Octillery, before the incense, you can draw either the Urshifu or the Octillery and be fine. But yeah. My Yamper's dead, I'm not gonna get back-to-back attacks or an attack even on turn 2, I'll be down 3 prizes, so I'm just gonna call it quits here and let's jump into the next game. Alright, next game, going second again, but as I was saying just now, like, what a hand. If you Melanie before you incense, then you can get energy or Urshifu or Octillery and pull it off. Whereas if you, so that's like, assuming normal counts, it's 4 energies plus 3 Urshifus plus 2 Octillery. That's 9 different cards, right? But if you incense for Octillery, you're thinning 1 card out of your deck, true. But at that point when you have over 30 cards, thinning 1 card is not that impactful. but you're taking out 2 cards as possibilities, right? Because if you don't draw Urshifu or Energy, then you can't use Octillery to search for the other. Based on how my opponent played that, like he used Octillery to search for a Sobble, so he had both cards already off of the Melanie, which is like incredibly lucky. But I definitely feel like playing that instance before the Melanie was a mistake, because it was like a wild card. Alright, and we're up against Urshifu again. So I'm really surprised to seeing what. Alright, I'm just gonna move on to the next game. Alright, so I was gonna say I'm very surprised that Urshifu, like we will get back-to-back Urshifus when the metagame seems to be dominated by Mew VMAX overall. But I was gonna say something else. I was gonna say something else important that I'm now forgetting. Yeah, I was impressed with how the deck ran on that first game. I guess beginner's luck for me, because between the matchup and the starts, it's now it now feels like honestly like the mediocre deck I think it will be. But I understand the appeal of like a cheap deck, has a cute strategy of the old cemetery, and you evolve, and then you have the Yamper Ball Surge. So I understand the appeal of the deck, but it's never gonna be even a tier 2 deck, I would say, unless the metagame starts being dominated by water weak VMAXs, or we got an Electro Power reprint, right? That's the only way I could see this deck actually becoming better. And if an Electro Power reprint came around, I would actually expect Electro Charger to be needed as well for the first time ever to be played in order to make this deck somewhat viable. Alright, so Water Energy into double Sobble. The second game that I get triple Old Cemetery in my starting hand, so that's fantastic, right? That's average. Okay, I get Energy, which is nice, and I have a 50% chance to take a knockout on that Sobble. Slightly higher because I had the speed energy, so it was the chance of me finding the BOLTUND off of the next 2 cards plus the 50% chance, so actually higher than 50%. And now we're in a pretty good spot. Okay, so I'm gonna use this Drizzle to search for a Great Ball, and then I'll play the Great Ball, and then I will sure, the BOLTUND, and then I'll be able to get back both and play them again, which is nice. So I'll Great Ball first. I don't know if I'm gonna flip heads on the Pokeball, so I'm not gonna grab the Drizzle. No, I am. Because I am going to research next turn, and I guess losing 1 Drizzle is not that big a deal, but now I'm flipping all the heads, so that's pretty nice. And yeah, we're in a fairly good spot, and we send that Sobble to to a very dark place, right? 260. And yeah, now the deck flowed really nicely, and I also flipped heads twice, so that definitely helps our case. There's no instance in the deck, so there's no way to guarantee Bolton. And we are up against Suicune, so natural advantage, that's for sure. Natural advantage for us based on weakness. Suicune also, whichever version it is, never plays stadiums, or usually never plays any stadiums. Or I've seen it play like 1 copy sometimes. So getting the self-damage on the Bolton should not be difficult, because our stadium should stick around for quite a long time. Alright. There's the bucket, there's the double energies, there's the attachment, so I bet it will get return KO. They did have to right hand, so no Melanie for them. I expect that Drizzle to grab a quick ball to establish another Suicune, but we're trading 2 for 1 and we're ahead of the price trade-off, so I don't think there's any way my opponent can win this. Unless they're playing Ice Rider, right? That would have to be their answer. But being 3 prizes ahead, them being at 5 prizes, and needing a single Ice Rider to take 5 prizes, they're really gonna need me to majorly whiff. And it's not even Ice Rider Suicune, it's actually Ludicolo confirmed. So we should be good to go right here, honestly. We will win in 3 turns. As long as I don't whiff energies or yampers or boltons, we should be able to win in the next 3 turns. All right, so let's go grab energy search. Yep, let's confirm there are basic energies in the deck. Yes, okay. And yeah, seeing Suicune Ludicolo basically confirms in my mind, right? I don't know my opponent's deck list, but in my mind I will always play to the assumption that they don't play any stadiums whatsoever. So I don't have to be super careful with my old cemetery. And very nice. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Yamper. And I already have the Rod, I have the Drizzle, so looking pretty good. I also get these 2 guys, which is awesome. You know what, I'm just gonna Ordinary Rod now. Put these 2 back, increase the chances of me hitting a Yamper off of the Great Ball. I fully expect to flip Tails off of this, but that's incredibly lucky. Let's go Pokeball. Yep, that's the Tails. Definitely put them back. I'm not gonna play them though. And now I'll just go ahead and quick shooting onto the Sobble, put pressure on that. And so far so good. Yeah, deck's flowing very nicely. It's unfortunate that the deck didn't flow this nicely and we went second against the Urshifu. I still think we definitely would have struggled to win or like get close to doing anything because of the Gmax Rapid Flow. But it would have been nice to not just concede within the first 2 turns, right? Nice Lombre top deck for my opponent. Very nice. And yeah, I think they're looking pretty good here. Pretty good for us. I have both energies. If my opponent wants to have back-to-back attackers, they need to Melanie again after this turn. So I will get to keep my hand. That means I have energy guaranteed for 2 Boltons. What I'm missing is the BOLTUND, right? That is what I'm missing. And I know 1 is priced, and I didn't unlock it yet, so I could end up unlocking it this turn. So as long as I don't have to research away my energy, I don't see any way my opponent can beat me. And actually, now I can just win this turn if I get the BOLTUND plus the quick shooting Inteleon, because my opponent did not evolve. So with that in mind, I'm going to thin the deck as much as I can first. So I'll do this. Now I'm definitely going to research, because now I have a solid chance at... Okay, the Scoop of Net actually guarantees the double... yeah, Scoop of Net guarantees the double quick shooting. So the quick shooting could also get me the BOLTUND from the prize cards. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that first, because then I could just finish the game without playing any other cards pretty much. And if not, then I will start thinning and drawing more. BOLTUND, no, I do get a Yamper though. Alright, so I'll do quick wall away the boss, grab you. There's 3 oh, there's no BOLTUND prize. Oops, I thought there was. Let's do Great Ball. There's the BOLTUND, and there's the game. Energy, evolve, and GG. Weakness advantage too much against the favorable price trade-off, and we started off. We won the coin flip. We got a turn to knockout, so everything like per the script. I could not have asked for a better matchup, a better start. I guess I could have asked for a better start, but the start was good enough to get us to this point where the deck just starts going crazy with the ball search abilities and whatnot. So yeah, cool deck. Definitely not something that I ever considered until I faced off against it. Now I'm playing it. I can see how, like, when I played against it, why and how it flowed so well. Definitely a deck I underestimated, and yeah, I would say If you're tired of the VMAXs, then this is a challenging deck to play. You're not gonna win a lot based off of the need of perfect starts in the beginning, but definitely a cool concept. Yeah, a cool concept and an exciting one where you get to flip all the Pokeballs and see if you can get there, right? Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.